30 March 2022 Morning Murli Shanti BapDada Madhuban. Sweet children, you now belong to the Father in order to be dead to this world. Therefore, make your state so firm that at the end you remember no one but the Father. Question: what very intense fire is raging over the whole world at this time? What is the method to extinguish it? Answer: at present there is the fire of lust over the whole world. This fire is the most intense. There is only one spiritual mission that can extinguish this fire. For this, you have to make yourselves into a fire brigade. Without having the power of yoga, you cannot extinguish this fire. The vice of lust totally destroys everyone, and this is why you must make full effort to chase away this evil spirit. Song: the flame has ignited in the gathering for the moth. Shanti. Those who are very good, serviceable children understand the meaning of the song very well. By listening to this song, you can know the Creator and the beginning, the middle, and the end of the whole of creation. That songs are played so that people can understand. From whom do you understand all of this? From the ocean of knowledge. Your children know that you belong to the Father in order to become dead to this world and to go to the supreme abode. No one except the one Father can inspire you to make this effort. The Father says, by belonging to me, you have to become dead to this world. At the end, your state has to be so firm that you remember no one except the one Father. Your children know that the flame has come to take the moths back with him. There are limitless moths. So many come to the exhibitions. Many children probably don't even understand the meaning of the exhibition. It is the exhibition to change the old world into the new world. How the new world is established and how the old world is destroyed. This is only shown at the confluence age. The two cannot exist together. One definitely has to end. Those among you who are also good children know that the kingdom of Ram, which is the new world, is being established. After the kingdom of Ram is established, the kingdom of Ravan will be destroyed. When you become members of the kingdom of Ram, you should have no evil spirits within you. Make effort to chase away the evil spirits. First of all, you have to extinguish the fire of lust. You must become a fire brigade for yourselves. That fire is the most intense and it is very dirty. It cannot be extinguished without the power of yoga. This is a question of the whole world. Everyone is ablaze with lust. There is only one spiritual mission that can extinguish that fire. He definitely has to come here. People even say, "Oh, purifier, come." Those who are lustful are called impure. They call out one who puts out the fire of lust, who burns the evil spirits of lust, come. The majority here are impure. Although some do stay pure, Baba says, I give you the method with which to extinguish it. That fire of lust also goes through the stages of Sato, Rajo, and Tamo. Those who cannot stay without it at all are Tamopradhan. They continue to burn with that desire. It is this vice of lust that totally destroys human beings. In the golden age, there are no enemies. Neither Ravan nor any other enemies of human beings exist there. You explain that the greatest enemy of Bharat is Ravan. The entire play is based on Bharat. In the golden age, it is the kingdom of Ram, and in the iron age, it is the kingdom of Ravan. It has also been shown in a cartoon that those are human beings and that these two are human beings. People go and put their palms together in front of deity idols and say, "You are full of all virtues," whereas we are unhappy sinners. When the deities used to rule here, this Bharat was definitely elevated and pure. There used to be the kingdoms of both Lakshmi and Narayan and Ram and Sita. There were their dynasties. You would not create images of the subjects. The Father now explains and makes everything so easy for you. He explains to you and says your intellects are able to imbibe all of this at the knot in the same way that I have it all in my intellect. I have the knowledge of the tree and the drama, for this is why I am called the ocean of knowledge. I have the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world. I am also called the ocean of purity. I am even called the purifier who comes and purifies the whole of Bharat. This is Raj Yoga and knowledge. Those who study to become barristers study the yoga to become a barrister, because it is through that study that they become barristers. The Father says, "I come and teach you children Raj Yoga." All the kings remember God. What will they receive from God? They must definitely receive the inheritance of heaven. You ask everyone, do you have the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul's introduction? The Father is the Creator, and so He must surely create heaven. He gave the kingdom of heaven to us children. We do not have it at present, but we are once again claiming it. Just as the people of Bharat claimed it a cycle ago, so it has to be claimed once again. Your children also ask others, will you come to heaven with us? Will you claim the inheritance of the new world from God? Bharat received the inheritance, but it doesn't have it anymore. No one else can receive it, because Bharat alone is the birthplace of God. Therefore, charity begins at home. He would only give it to those who belong here. However, many children are unable to explain. Many children are given visions by the Father. It is shown how you become prince and princesses of paradise. This is the school for changing from humans into prince. To become a prince or a king, it is the same thing. You have those visions so that you can make effort and become like those. You must follow the Father Srimad and make such effort. If you simply see Krishna, that is not a big thing. Many saw him in the beginning and then they went away. They had visions and then they stopped studying. You cannot become this just like that. They do not make as much effort because they are attacked by evil spirits. They have an evil spirit of body consciousness. It should stay in your intellects that the play is now ending. We have now completed our parts of 84 births. I am now leaving this old costume. If you simply remember this much, it is great fortune. Your mercury of happiness should stay high. We are now to return to the land of liberation. This does not stay in anyone's intellect. Although they may be sannyasis and say we will shed our bodies and merge into the Brahma element, their sins will not be absolved by remembering any element. So how can they return home? Only the one Ram can take you back home. He will take all the children back with him. None of them can return home just by themselves. They make effort because they do not like staying in this old world. Some then say, we do not want to come back into this play. There are many different opinions. There are millions of gurus, etc., and they all have their own directions. Although they say that your knowledge is very good, as soon as they go outside, everything ends. Many come here, but this is not in their fortune. It is not possible for them to let go of their status and come here. This is why only the poor take this knowledge. You have to become children when you come here. It is very difficult for sannyasis and gurus to let go of their followers and come here, especially as this is the family path. Males and females have to live together. Those whose intellects have faith are very quickly tested to see if they have let go of their status of a guru. You have to belong to Baba. Baba tells you an easy way to explain to others. You must simply ask them, what is your relationship with the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? He will definitely grant liberation and liberation in life. Human beings cannot give this to human beings. In order to claim your inheritance from Baba, you have to come here to study all of this. You have to do what Srimad says. First of all, your intellect has to have faith. Then you have to follow whatever Srimad you receive. First of all, you have to give the Father's introduction. Many come here and they say, this is very good. But they do not become alert themselves. They simply give their opinion and leave. They do not know whose directions you are following. They say, we should have such exhibitions at many places. They start giving their own opinions. However, you cannot give directions to God. They have the habit of giving directions, so they do not sit and understand anything for themselves. Here, you must not give directions but follow Srimad. Firstly, you have to belong to the Father, and you then have to follow whatever Srimad he gives about how to explain to others. Those to whom you explain should put it in writing that they will follow Srimad. Only then would Baba understand that they have understood clearly. Many come here, but they do not understand anything very well. They do not become those who have love for knowledge. At present, all have love for devotion. They do penance, tapasya, read the scriptures, etc. All of that is devotion. God says, you have been performing devotion for half a cycle in order to meet God. All are devotees, but only the one is God. Only the one is called the purifier. Therefore, they themselves are all impure. This is the kingdom of Ravan. There is praise of the confluence age of the cycle. The Father comes at the confluence age of each cycle. The golden age is benevolent heaven, and the iron age is the non-benevolent, means malevolent hell. Ravan is malevolent, whereas Ram is the benefactor. This knowledge should trickle into the intellects of your children. You should have the consent to go and bring benefit to poor, helpless ones. If some children have weaknesses, students become upset and they say, Baba, so and so has this defect. A lot of such news comes to Baba. Baba says, give me your news so that you can be cautioned. If you have any defects, you will do very little service. Nowadays, there are many educated scholars and pandits who are very sure they would spoil the heads of weak children, and this is why clever children are invited to go and do service. The weak ones understand that those others are cleverer than they are. Baba also asks for news of the exhibitions and about who is doing very good service. You need to be very clever, and thus, if people ask you if you study the scriptures, etc., tell them, we know that everyone has been studying the Vedas and scriptures for birth after birth. We have now received Baba's directions. He says you must not study anything. Only listen to the things I tell you. Follow my directions. Remember me, and your sins will be absolved. Death is now in front of you. I have come to take you back home. I am your Father. I will give you liberation and liberation in life. According to the drama, each of you first has to go into the liberation and then into liberation in life, the Satapradhan stage. This is why Baba is called the bestower of salvation for all. Sarvodaya means the one who has mercy for all. The whole world is included in the term Sarvo, means all. All means that Father of the whole world is explaining to us. All of those others are ones who do temporary, limited service. The unlimited leader who has mercy for all is only one. He has mercy for the whole world and changes the whole world. You know that Baba has come to make you into the masters of the world. You will become ever healthy and wealthy. However, even thus much doesn't sit in anyone's intellect. If even two words sit in their intellects, it is good. We are the children of God, the Father. We have to receive our inheritance of heaven from God. You did receive it, but you do not have it anymore. You are receiving it once again. The Father says, remember me and remember the inheritance. Give everyone this mantra. I am your unlimited Father. Of course, you have to stumble around in order to establish a religion. Your intellect should remember that this play is now coming to an end. Very little time now remains. We have to return home and then we will begin our parts from the beginning. If they keep this much in their intellects, it is very good. Acha, every step of your children is filled with multi-millions. This is a huge income. God Himself is advising you to earn an income. By following His advice, you will go to heaven, but you have to claim a high status in heaven. This is an income that you can earn silently. Perform actions with your physical organs, but your heart has to be with the bridegroom. Your boat will then go across. The income is huge. By staying in the Father's service, you will automatically earn a huge income. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the mother, the father, BapDada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. The spiritual children says Namaste and good morning to the spiritual father. Essence for the dharana. First point, this play is now ending and we have to return to the land of liberation. Stay in this happiness and renounce any arrogance of your old body. Second point, follow the directions of the One Father. Do not give the Father your own directions. Your intellect should have the faith and you must continue to follow the Srimad you receive from the Father. Blessing, may you become a Raja Yogi and a self-sovereign who sits on the seats of the various stages with concentration means stability. Explanation. For Raja Yogi children, the various stages are their seats. Sometimes be stable in the stage of your self-respect, sometimes in the angelic state, sometimes be stable in the stage of a lighthouse and might house, and sometimes be an embodiment of love and be merged in love. Just as you sit on the seat with concentration means stability, in the same way, be stable on the seats of your various stages and experience those variety stages. Order your mind and intellect whenever you want and become stable in that stage whenever you want. You will then be called a Raj Yogi and a self-servant. Slogan. Someone who is faithful is not attracted by any bodily beings even in his thoughts. Om Shanti